At this exact moment, millions of people are sitting alone in bathrooms, bright lights above them, clean water below them, a locked door protecting their privacy. It feels normal. But for almost all of human history, going to the bathroom was one of the most terrifying moments of the day. Because 100,000 years ago, there were no walls, no toilets, no pipes, no soap, just you and the wilderness watching you. Imagine living in prehistoric Africa. The sun disappears behind the horizon. The air becomes cold. The tall grass around your camp starts moving in the wind. Then suddenly, your stomach twists. You quietly leave the safety of the firelight and walk into the darkness alone. And for the next few minutes, you become the weakest creature in nature. Your body is exposed. Your attention is lowered. Your eyes are fixed on the ground. Meanwhile, something else may already be staring at you from the grass. Lions hunted at night. Hyenas followed human tribes for scraps. Leopards waited silently in trees. Ancient humans understood something modern people never think about. The moment you squat down, you cannot fight properly, you cannot run properly, and you cannot see danger properly. Anthropologists believe humans developed deep bathroom paranoia because of this exact problem. Even today, most people instinctively prefer privacy while using the bathroom. Your brain still remembers vulnerability from a world that disappeared thousands of years ago. But predators were not the real enemy. The real horror was invisible. Human waste is extremely dangerous. Inside your body lie billions of bacteria, parasites, and viruses. The moment waste leaves the body, it becomes a biological weapon. And ancient humans learned this the hard way. Early hunter-gatherers survived because they kept moving. If someone relieved themselves near camp, the tribe simply moved away later. Rain washed the ground. Sunlight killed bacteria. Nature recycled the waste. But then, humanity made one decision that accidentally created a nightmare. We stopped moving. Around 12,000 years ago, humans invented farming. For the first time in history, people stayed in one place permanently. Villages appeared. Animals were domesticated. Food was stored. And human waste began piling up beside human life. At first, people simply dumped waste outside their homes. But as villages grew into crowded settlements, the smell became unbearable. Imagine waking up every morning surrounded by rotting food, animal carcasses, flies, insects, and human feces baking under the sun. Ancient streets were not streets. They were open sewers. Archaeologists studying early farming villages discovered something disturbing. The moment humans settled together, disease exploded. Parasites spread everywhere. Tapeworms, hookworms, dysentery, cholera. Children died constantly. Entire communities became trapped in cycles of reinfection because their drinking water mixed with human waste. Ironically, civilization made humans less healthy. The average lifespan actually dropped after agriculture appeared. Humanity had escaped predators, only to be hunted by microbes. And so, for thousands of years, people desperately searched for a solution. One of the first great breakthroughs happened in the Indus Valley civilization. Cities like Mohenjo-Daro built something almost unbelievable for the ancient world. Primitive toilets connected to underground drains. Think about how advanced that was. While most humans still dumped waste into streets, these people engineered systems to carry sewage away from homes using flowing water and brick tunnels. They understood a survival rule that modern society still follows today. If waste stays near humans, humans die. But no civilization became more famous for bathrooms than the Romans. Roman cities contained massive public toilets called latrines. At first glance, they sound surprisingly modern. Stone seats, flowing water, sewer systems beneath the streets. But the reality was horrifying. There were no walls between toilets, no privacy. Dozens of people sat side by side in one giant room while talking, eating, laughing, and relieving themselves together. And then came the worst part. There was no toilet paper. Instead, Romans shared a single sponge attached to a stick. After using it, they rinsed it in water and left it for the next person. One sponge, used by strangers all day long. Modern scientists studying Roman toilets discovered parasite eggs everywhere. The Roman sanitation system accidentally became a machine for spreading disease faster than ever before. And, beneath the city, another nightmare waited. Methane gas. Roman sewers trapped enormous amounts of flammable gas underground. Sometimes, a tiny spark ignited the tunnels. Ancient writers even described explosions erupting upward from toilets. Imagine sitting peacefully in a Roman bathroom, and suddenly fire blasts upward beneath you from underground sewage. The Romans genuinely believed evil spirits lived inside the sewers. Honestly, they were not completely wrong. Then, Rome collapsed, and Europe entered one of the filthiest periods in human history, the Middle Ages. If you lived in a castle, you used a tiny stone toilet hanging over the edge of the wall. Everything dropped directly into the moat below. Those beautiful castle moats you see in movies? Many were giant rings of sewage, but ordinary people had it even worse. Most families used chamber pots kept under the bed. In the morning, they dumped the contents directly outside, into the streets. Cities became rivers of mud, animal blood, rotten food, and human waste. The smell was so powerful that travelers described it as almost impossible to survive. People wore elevated wooden shoes just to avoid stepping into sewage. And, at night, special workers called night soil men appeared. Their job was horrifying. They climbed into giant underground waste pits by hand, using buckets to remove human sludge in total darkness. Many suffocated from toxic gas. Others drowned. But someone had to do it, because if the pits overflowed, entire neighborhoods became death traps. Then, finally, in the 1800s, everything collapsed. Industrial cities became overcrowded beyond imagination. In London, human waste flooded directly into the River Thames. During the hot summer of 1858, the smell became so catastrophic that the British Parliament literally stopped functioning. People called it the Great Stink. Politicians soaked curtains in chemicals just to survive meetings without vomiting. And only then, after centuries of disease and millions of deaths, humanity finally accepted the truth. You cannot survive beside your own waste. That realization changed civilization forever. Modern sewage systems were built beneath cities. Clean water systems expanded across nations. Toilets became private. Pipes carried danger far away from human life. And today, you benefit from all of it without even thinking. You press a button, water spins, everything disappears. No predators in the grass, no parasites in the water, no exploding Roman toilets beneath you. Just silence. A clean room, and one of the greatest invisible inventions in human history.